In our day and age, many may wonder, what is hate speech, and to what point is it acceptable? Essentially, hate speech is a type of speech that is intended to attack, threaten, or insult a person because of their race, ethnicity, age, gender, sexual orientation, or disability. It's as old as hate itself, but deciding whether certain actions are acceptable or not leads to a controversial conversation. That being said, we have to realize that the right to hate speech is important because it allows people to voice their opinions and abide by their First Amendment rights. Without hate speech, we would be limiting the ability of humans to openly debate about personal matters while also ignoring the issue of bigotry, which is intolerance towards those who share different opinions than oneself. In one case, Snyder v. Phelps, Westboro Baptist Church picketed their signs and slogans on public property across the street from where Lance Corporal Matthew Snyder's funeral was being held. Fred Snyder, Matthew's father, filed suit against Fred Phelps and his fellow Westboro Baptist Church members for causing an emotional disturbance. The United States District Court jury for the District of Maryland originally ruled in favor of Snyder and awarded him with $5 million. But the ruling was overturned by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, who said Phelps was protected under the First Amendment. The Supreme Court maintained the ruling with an 8-1 outcome. While some picketed signs were aimed directly at the Snyders, the majority were generalized. Also, since they were picketing on public property on a public street, the Westboro Baptist Church was protected. They ruled in favor of Phelps in the end. This established a precedent which states that hate speech can be used as a form of protest as long as it is placed upon public property and not pinpointed at a specific individual or group. Two cases involving the KKK also helped set precedents. In one case, Brandenburg v. Ohio, a leader of the KKK gave a speech during a Klan rally. Under the state's criminal syndicalism law, he was convicted and charged with advocating crime, sabotage, violence, and unlawful methods of terrorism as an attempt to accomplish industrial or political reform. The Supreme Court decided that the criminal syndicalism law was indeed unconstitutional and ruled that the KKK members, along with members of all other groups, could give speeches based upon any content if it doesn't directly incite violence. In other words, if what you say doesn't put other people in actual danger and doesn't intend to make anyone angered to the point of violence, you can openly say whatever you wish. The other fairly recent court case, which helped shape the image of hate speech, was Virginia v. Black. In this case, Barry Black was arrested along with 2 others for burning a cross on another person's lawn. The action was illegal in Virginia. This case resulted in the outcome saying, states may ban cross burning if it's carried out with an intent to intimidate, but cross burning alone is not enough to prove such an intent to intimidate. Virginia's prohibition of cross burning with the intent to intimidate does not violate the First Amendment, but prohibiting the act of cross burning as a whole is unconstitutional. Cross-burning is allowed by the Constitution because of freedom of speech and religion, but you can't burn a cross if you're trying to intimidate someone else. Now let's look at the big picture. All of these cases boil down to a fundamental idea. With hate speech, you have the right to express your own ideas, whether it is verbal or with actions. However, you only have that right if there is no direct intimidation, intent to harm another person, or a lawless action.